I'm Alex Macklin from Board Game Co, and this is your month in review for July of 2025. We're going to be going over a few areas here as we usually do. We'll have the favorite videos of the month from other channels, the best new games, disappointments, and a whole bunch of other categories, timestamps to everything down below. Let's start off with stats. I actually do stats first. Let's start off with the stats, and July was a good month for playing games. I'm sure Dice Tower East did not hurt for that, but we have 122 plays across 59 different games, and 30 of those are new to me games. So about half and half of new to me versus old games, and 122 plays across all of them. To that end, the ones that I've played the most, the ones that have 5 or more plays, we have Emberleaf with 5 plays, Shackleton Base with 5 plays, Emerald Echoes. This is a complicated one because Emerald Echoes, you could probably have more plays or less plays. Like there's 3 separate months you go through, but you could do that across multiple Basically, I have 5 plays for Emerald Echoes, 5 logged plays, but that just means 5 sessions of Emerald Echoes, because some of them I split into 2 sessions, and then I think the last one I did all at once, if I recall correctly. But either way, I think that's actually 4 notebooks. I have to remember, I think it might be 4 envelopes. There's either 3 or 4 envelopes, I can't recall. Either way, 5 logged sessions. We have Sail Legacy with 6 plays, and then keep in mind, by the way, Sail Legacy, I think if I recall correctly, crossed in from June to July, if I recall correctly. That's why there's only 6 log plays, even though there are 10 sessions. Hello, Calcifer. And then we have Ink with 6 plays, and Codenames with 9 plays, and Trailblazers with 10 plays. Yeah, Dice Tower East as well as Charcon definitely helped with getting extra plays in. From there, we move into my favorite videos of the month. These are my favorite videos from other creators. There's a bunch of these over here. Some of these were in August. Because I've been doing the month in reviews a little later, that my video discovery section has grown a bit. But they're videos I found over the past month or so. Before these videos, these are my 5 favorite videos as usual in order from least to most. We have the Vantage Dice Tower review. I think that was the most recent one over here. But Dice Tower put out a review of Vantage, which I really appreciated because of the wide disparity of opinions. Usually Dice Tower opinions are usually in the same range. There's exceptions, sure, but even if there's an exception, sometimes it's 3 people really liked it, 1 not, or the reverse. This is a fairly evenly split gap. It was 9-9 and then 6 and 6.5, something like that. Calcifer, you can't be there. Cal, you gotta, because there's disruptive and there's disruptive. Okay, Cal, you gotta come over here. Yeah, so Vantage was a 4-person review that was very evenly split between the people. So that was enjoyable to watch the wide disparity of opinions, because Vantage makes sense that it's almost a divisive game, because it really gives you a solid experience, but it can be light on the gameplay mechanics, and so it makes sense that it'll resonate more with some than others, depending on how much you were pulled in to that exploration. There was T-Witch's review from Board Game Buzz. I really appreciate that Carly, in general, she's very excited about games. That excitement comes through and it helps pull you in, but then she's also willing to be critical about the things that do and don't work for her. And T-Witches is one that I know I've been anticipating. I played at PAX Unplugged. I really enjoyed my play of it back then, and her overall feedback was positive with notes, with notes and critiques, and I really appreciate notes and critiques from any reviewer, because it's not just a hype train at that point. It's not just, here's the best thing ever. It's areas that actually do need, not necessarily need, it's areas that you personally want more from, and I appreciate the willingness to convey that. We have 65 board games leaving the collection from Board Game Ramblings. They did a giant collection purge. You know how much I appreciate trying to maintain a collection amongst all the games that are constantly intriguing and pull you in and you want to play. There's also something to be said for making sure that you're holding on to the games that actually do get played and not just hoarding for the sake of hoarding. There's I Built My Dream board game app from Neon Gorilla. Definitely check out that one. It's fascinating because it's kind of the intersection of a few different, things going on as far as his personal interests. But I have not downloaded it myself yet. I have been intrigued to. I still think it's going to be very hard for anything to truly unseat BGG in any sense like that. But then again, lots of things can be tangential to it. BG Stats has done a very good job integrating with Board Game Geek while giving its own usefulness as far as what it's doing for you. And then lastly, there's Chris George doing a video for Crowdfunding is Dead. One of my first videos on the channel that took off. I think there were 2 that really, no, there were 3. There were probably 3 that took off way back when. But one of them was, Marvel United, why I was backing Marvel United. One of them was how to keep a lean board game collection. And then the third one was why isn't crowdfunding a good deal anymore, or something along those lines. Crowdfunding's not a good deal. And so this video from Chris George, Crowdfunding is Dead, it covers a lot of the things that we've seen that arc towards over the years. Once upon a time, crowdfunding offered you a consistently good deals. It was compelling. It pulled you in. That also was not always sustainable. And before you even had issues like tariffs and issues like COVID, it wasn't always sustainable to be able to do so, but it was nice while that that phase lived, at least for the consumer side. But now crowdfunding has had to hedge its bets a lot more and be a lot safer, and there's a lot of reasons that lend itself to why crowdfunding just isn't the same experience it used to be. Now, it is far from dead. The numbers just show that. Where the dollars are going in terms of like the amount of money being put into crowdfunding every year, it's not actually dead, not by any means. If anything, it's growing year over year. But it has shifted, it has evolved, it has very much changed. And for many people, myself included, who joined crowdfunding when it was something else, it can feel like it's no longer giving us what we wanted it to give us, or at least more often than not, it's not. So crowdfunding isn't dead, but to many of us, it has very much changed from what it used to be and from what we want it to be, and Chris George goes into that in his video very well. From there, best new games of the month. As usual, these are in order from least to most. We have Tranquility the Descent over here. This one, really enjoying this one so far. It's the newest version of Tranquility. I'm a huge fan of Tranquility. Tranquility the Ascent I liked, and Tranquility the Descent, I still think I like Original Tranquility the most, but I do need more plays to say that for sure, but I do enjoy this very much. We have Logic and Lore. Oh, I meant to grab that one. I meant to grab it to put it on the table, but I didn't, I guess. Logic and Lore from Weird Giraffe Games. I really enjoyed that one. I've played it like 8 or 9 times by now, if not more. In my August plays, you'll see that one show up. I actually played it for the first time. Speaking of CharCon, I played it for the first time at CharCon, got 2 plays in there, and then after Gen Con, I came back with it and have played it a whole bunch more since then. We have Ink, which I think I put on the table. Ink over here. I really enjoy Ink. It's solid. I like Framework and all the games in that library of games, in that category of games, and Ink to me is probably my favorite. Again, I need more time. It's always easy for the new thing to be the favorite because it's new and shiny, but Ink I think may well be the new and shiny new thing. It has variableness baked into the experience, which makes it gives it more staying power. There's Gatsby. I think it's called just Gatsby, not The Great Gatsby. I think it's just called Gatsby from Pandasaurus Games. A 2-player game of basically outmaneuvering each other as you try to fight for favor of the various people. Really enjoy this game. It's I can't say it enough. Like I think it's an excellent experience. I think it's very tight, very back and forth. There's things I'd love to see from it as far as an expansion would go. But as it stands, I think Gatsby is very enjoyable, very tense, and it surprised me. I read the rules, I thought it was going to be like a fun little tug-of-war game. I did not realize I was going to like it as much as I did, and I like it as much as I do. And then lastly, there's Shackleton Base. Shackleton Base is absolutely delightful. Played it for the first time at CharCon, actually. Again, another CharCon reference here. Played it for the first time at CharCon, got in, I think, 2 plays at CharCon already, and then I've gotten a whole bunch more plays since then, because Shackleton Base is absolutely fantastic. I really enjoy this one. It's another Pandasaurus. Pandasaurus gets 2. My 2 top games this month are both Pandasaurus titles, not planned, just the way that happened to work out. But yeah, Shackleton Base, 5 out of 5 game. One of my 2 5 out of 5s this year, along with Pirates of Maracaibo. And it's technically you could say Blood Rage Valhalla is a 5 out of 5, but that's not like, I'm not willing to rate a game officially after 2/3 of a play. But I will say that Blood Rage Valhalla does give me a lot of the things. I know people hate the board. I didn't like the board either when I first played it, but by the time I got through the game, I stopped. I forgot that I didn't like the board. That's what it was. It wasn't even like, normally I'll be like, oh, I like the game, I didn't like the art. I genuinely forgot that I didn't like the board, at least originally. But as it stands right now, the gameplay itself is Blood Rage with a lot of adjustments that make it a better Blood Rage experience, at least for me. But that would, again, I hesitate to call it a 5 out of 5. Also, that's an August play. That's in August. Oh, that's just referencing because I said I have 2 5 out of 5s this year, but that was an August game. Anyways, those are my best new games of the month, which brings us to my disappointments of the month. There are actually 4 here. I don't think I've ever gotten to 5 disappointments. I'm not even sure if I've gotten to 4, but we do have 4 disappointments. Coming in at number 4, we have Terrible Quests from Allplay. I don't. It's only number 4 because I don't know if I really expected to love the game, but I thought it would be more fun than it was. And as it stands, you tear up a piece of paper and you try to do so as efficiently as possible and as quick as possible, and that's cute for a single play. By the time you get to play 2, it's just a homework assignment. Like, the first play is like a little bit discovery. Like, what is this game? Am I going to be good at it? How is it going to play out? And game 2 is just like, okay, now I'm just tearing up pieces of paper as homework. At least, again, I hope it takes off. I hope people like it. For myself, it is definitely a miss. We have Sir Ocelot's Cave. My expectations for this one were non-existent, but then I saw it, I got it, and then I was like, ooh, it looks cute, it looks fun. I read the rules, I was like, I like this little intersection thing, I think I'll enjoy this. I did not enjoy it. I thought it was not a great game. We have Pergola. Pergola is actually not bad, but I was hoping for it to be better. I've played Pergola a bunch. I like it. It is a fun experience of optimizing where you plant things. I'll play it again, probably on BGA. I don't think I got rid of my in-person copy because I played it a few times. I played it since my review. I played it on BGA, and I'll probably continue to play it on BGA. I think it's a good, light BGA Board Game Arena game. But Pergola is a little too straightforward for what I'm personally looking for, so I've enjoyed it, but I was kind of more optimistic about what it would be. And then number 1 is going to be Sword and Sorcery Taboo. I was very much looking forward to Sword and Sorcery from the Taboo system, because I liked what the Taboo system enables you to do, and I thought Sword and Sorcery was a perfect game for it. Unfortunately, when I played Sword and Sorcery Taboo, and I only played the prototype, so take it with a grain of salt, because I only played the tutorial, not even just the prototype. Like, the tutorial experience is all I really got to go through. But I think it's a little bit too high on the app-enabled side, so that I was hoping it would be like, this will be the game that makes me like really embrace the Taboo system, because I've always loved the promise of it, but none of their games have been knocking it out of the park for me. So it's always been a good system that can enable you to do a lot of things, but none of the games have particularly hooked me. Like, I like Bad Karmas, it's fun. Vampire Masquerade, like, they're fun games, but they haven't like hooked me. And Sword and Sorcery, at least so far, still hasn't hooked me. I do remain a little optimistic that the full game experience would be more, because it's less on rails, less of a tutorial. But I don't know. I was hoping for more from this one, and it's definitely a little bit lower down. For my favorite videos of the month on my channel, again, these are the ones that I've done, the videos that I'm most proud of in some way, shape, or form. We have number 5 is my Lord of the Rings Fate of the Fellowship review. And no particular reason for that. I like Lord of the Rings Fate of the Fellowship. I think some reviews, whenever I look back at reviews, and something like the view count is a different thing. Like, this one did do well, but it's not always about the view count. Sometimes it's just about, do I feel I did a good job conveying aspects of the game, more so than average. Like, reviews rarely make it into my favorite videos of the month, because usually a review's a review. Like, there's only so good they can be relative to another video. But I like my Lord of the Rings Fate of the Fellowship review, so it gets a spot over here. Coming in at number 4, we have my Gen Con haul look back. I really appreciate look back videos because it takes away some of the hype of the current what's happening, and it gives you an opportunity to look back at how things fared. Like, a look back at the games I came back from Gen Con last year. I had like 60 or so games, like 57 or so, and like 20 of them were still here, which is pretty solid numbers for like, Gen Con is often a whole lot of things, and I'll go through them pretty quickly, and some will stick around, some won't. The fact that 20 of them were still around a year later is pretty decent for a typical Gen Con for me. Now, again, just to set expectations, an average person playing games ideally shouldn't be coming home with 60 games that are mostly gone a year later. That's going to wreck your budget if you're doing that on a regular basis. But I do review games, which means I get a lot of review copies, so I can get games more easily. I still only do so based off of interest in the game, but then I also have the knowledge that I can't keep everything because I play so many games. So even though I'm saying, like, yes, I got 60 games and I kept 20 or so, whatever it was, I don't think that's a normal expectation. That's just the nature of what I do expectation. Then from there was my top 10 Board Game Geek games that I actively don't want to play. These are games that I genuinely would rather watch the game than partake in it. It's not even like I'd rather read a book or play something else or whatever. It's, if I was at the table, I'd rather watch you play and just be social than partake in the game. I like that video because it's an interesting bar to hit. Like, it's very easy to want to play something else, to want to do something else. But how far down the BGG rankings do I have to go to find 10 games where I would rather watch than partake? Coming in at number 2, we have Nemesis How to Play. This is the first time a How to Play video has broken 10,000 views on the channel. This one is a little bit partially biased by, the view count in this. Asaf Easy Board Games has been doing a bunch of these videos on the channel, these How to Play instructionals, and the Nemesis Retaliation one, that one did really well on the channel, so overall he's helping people play the game. This one has, I guess, my pride in this one is that a How to Play in particular helps people engage with the game. It helps people play the game, and that's such a useful thing. And to have that many people watch a How to Play, which again, 10,000 for a How to Play on the channel hasn't happened yet. So I like the fact that that's happened, and I'm happy that he is able, well, more he than we, is able to help people play the game. And then coming at number 1, we have my lowest 10 cost per plays. This is basically a video, it's an updated video of once upon a time I did my lowest 10 cost per plays, and most of the games were basically cheaper games, which makes sense, because cheaper games are often filler games. They're cheaper, and they're easier to table. Something like Cockroach Poker, I've played like 60 times, and it's an $8 game. And because of that, some people ask, like, well, what about your lowest cost per plays from more expensive games? And so I set a $50 bar and read the video like 2 years later. So this is my lowest cost per plays for games that were $50 or more, and I like that aspect. It's once again a kind of removal from the hype and FOMO, because it's focusing on, okay, well, which games did I actually table enough that the cost per play got that far down? And this was these were those 10 games, or at least the 10 highest from those games. As far as my crowdfunding highlights, only a few over here. Again, July had a lot of travel for me, so there was less crowdfunding coverage, and I usually just look through my crowdfunding videos to see which ones stood out. But there were a few. There was Sail Legacy, which is a game that I very much enjoyed, looking forward to the final version. There's Grendel, which is a game I'm a little on the fence about Grendel. Honestly, I probably should have reordered this. Sail Legacy probably should have been higher than Grendel. Grendel is one that I'm a little bit on, honestly, the whole section over here, because Echoes of the Sundering is the third. So we have Sail Legacy, Echoes of the Sundering, and Grendel. All of which were interesting in different ways, but Sail Legacy is definitely the one that I am most interested in from those games, with Echoes probably being next, and Grendel probably being the one after that. Both those two have things I very much liked about them, and then there's the question of, okay, well, do they have a spot in the collection? Again, it's that balance of, very often a good game is not necessarily good enough when I'm trying to be mindful about what I actually will realistically play. But both those I did enjoy, and it's fun to watch the crowdfunding campaigns. And then lastly, we have the general highlights of the month. Again, these are the games that, these are my favorite experiences from games that I've already played, not new to me. Coming in at number 5, we have Flamecraft Duels. I like Flamecraft Duels a lot. I think it's a very fun game. It's very much a filler game. Like, you're not getting a deep strategy game, you're getting a filler game, but it's a fun filler game. There's Pagan, Fate of Roanoke. I got several plays of this done in July. It's just on Board Game Arena. It's one of those games I liked a lot, I eventually got rid of, but I've been playing it on Board Game Arena, getting in a bunch of plays, and it's reminding me how much I enjoyed the game. It's fun. I like Pagan. I highly recommend it if you're looking for a 2-player tactical dance of trying to outmaneuver your opponent. The biggest complaint I probably have about it is that it can run a little long for the experience you get out of it. Not always. Some games can be over faster, but it can run a little long. Coming in number 3, we have Orbit. Orbit is one that actually really surprised me. Played this one at Dice Tower East. We have another Dice Tower East mention. I actually played the prototype way back in the day. Did not like the prototype when I first played it. I was like, I think this is too chaotic. I don't see the appeal or charm. And I was mentioned this to Bitewing Games at one point, and they said, oh, it's interesting. Like, Mike from the Dice Tower, Mike Delisio, he kind of mentioned that the first play wasn't really there for him, and then it kind of grew on him. So it's like, oh great, I'll try it again. So at Dice Tower East, I tried it again, played it a few times there, and it's really grown on me. Like, I should be having a review for it soon. I probably want to get another play or two, and I've already played all the expansions. At this point, I've technically played it 3 times, but like, it's an easy game to play. I'll probably play it a bit more. But Orbit is, it's surprisingly fun. I think it's again, you have to know what you're getting into, but it's one that, it's not into my new plays because my first time I played it wasn't positive on it, but now I kind of like it. It's chaotic, but it's a fast-paced racing game of trying to just get there first. Again, not going to be the heaviest strategy game, but it is a good time. Coming in at, that was number 3. Coming in at number 4, we have Lord of the Rings, Fate of the Fellowship. I've really been enjoying this one, played it several times since my review. It's a fun experience to both solo, to play co-op. I really like the emergent narrative that the game gives you. And coming in at number 1, we have Pirates of Maracaibo. I'm loving this game still. I still haven't played with the expansion, the new expansion, but at this point I've played most, if not all, of the modules, and I like it. It's a fun game that it's something about this game is just magic for me. I still want to play regular Maracaibo. I think Dice Tower Retreat, that's going to be the upcoming. Dice Tower is getting a lot of mentions in this video just incidentally. But at Dice Tower Retreat, which I will be at, I think someone said that they'll teach me Maracaibo, and I'm looking forward to that because I would love to play Maracaibo. There's a lot of divisive opinions. Some people are like, Pirates of Maracaibo's better. Some people are like, Maracaibo's better. But I won't know until I try it. And that's basically it. That is your month in review. Until next time, I am Alex Radical from Board Game Co. I hope you enjoyed this video, and as always, I hope you have a good one.